gonna try something a little bit different today. I'm gonna actually just walk outside for a little bit and kind of see where the day takes me. So, a little bit about Fort Wayne. It obviously was a fort at one point. So we have these things called the Three Rivers. They all come together to one focal point. I'm gonna walk up to that point right now. That's where the fort was established. And there's a video that you'll see in here of what looks kind of like a gigantic wall. That is not the fort. That's actually the water filtration place. Yeah, basically they take all the water out of the rivers, put it through there, make it all happy and beautiful. Thing is, I've grown up here. I'm originally from New York, family's from New York, all of that, but I grew up here. And Fort Wayne has gone through a lot of changes. And so I always said as a kid, I would never come back here. I would never live here. What is the point? Fort Wayne is boring. I left. I went to school at Eastern Michigan University, you know, played lacrosse, ruined my life in a lot of different ways. It's another time for another vlog. Met a lot of awesome people. Kyle is one of them. And basically here I am now, just back in Fort Wayne. When you have a kid, life changes for you and your priorities change, right? So I always wanted to live in downtown, at least for a little bit of my life. Kind of got that in Ypsilanti, Michigan, but not really. I would love to live in downtown Fort Wayne, but you know, a kid likes to run and play, and can't let him have that in downtown Fort Wayne. Got to have him somewhere. So I live just north of downtown Fort Wayne, and what I am currently walking on, this nice path here, is what's called the River Greenway. And as you can see, this is one of our fantastic rivers right here. A little brown, as it always is. It's the way the mud is and the sediment. They've explained it to me many times as growing up here why it's brown. You know, this is where I live. There we go. Water filtration plant. Nice thing about the Greenway, there was this initiative, I was living here when I was still in high school, to actually have the city connected by a bunch of these sidewalks, walk paths. This one right here is one of the originals. It actually wasn't really even part of the Greenway, and they turned it into part of it. And it walks by, you know, this honestly, ignore the outhouse thing here, this honestly beautiful old building right here. You know, I can only imagine what it looked like when it was first built, because they're just beautiful, beautiful points to it. Looks like a castle, and honestly, it's just freaking beautiful. And then across the river over here, I don't know if you can really see that, is one of Fort Wayne's oldest communities. It was the first suburb in Fort Wayne. It, of course, is just a bunch of just slightly outside downtown streets, and that's where we are right now. The things we get excited for here, that's St. Joseph. He has one of the rivers. Well, one of the rivers is named after him. I lived in Ann Arbor, Michigan, almost. I lived in Ypsilanti, Michigan. And in Ann Arbor, you have art festivals, you have all this other awesome, cool stuff, right? And people who live in Ann Arbor, who come visit me in Indiana, are like, Indiana sucks. Fort Wayne doesn't have much to do. Well, that's not true. It's just a different type of thing to do. It's a different type of thing to love. For example, we have this thing called the Three Rivers Festival every year. It's a week of awesome celebration of stuff around Fort Wayne. We have vendors and small businesses come in, and it really promotes what they do. And we open up all of the parks around here and really just promote the community of Fort Wayne. It is the biggest small town that you will ever live in. I am recognized everywhere that I go. Seriously, ask my ex-wife. Drove her nuts that every single place we went, it just seemed like I knew somebody. And it wasn't like, oh, hey, we're best friends. It was just, I know you from something. So the thing that's kind of cool is that in living here long enough, being recognizable the way that I am, mostly when I have long hair, people seem to recognize me or look at me weird like this and like, you never have short hair. Short hair is a new thing in my 22, 23 era. is when I started really shaving my head a lot. So this is just an idea of Fort Wayne. It's just a small town, and we have things that we love here. For example, we love this. We love that it's heritage. We love that it's here. But most kids in Fort Wayne don't recognize that. I sure as heck didn't. But now that I'm older, I totally recognize it. And I think it's awesome. There you go. Welcome to the old fort. It's now raining. I just set up my camera to do a time lapse, and now it's raining. Thanks, Fort Wayne. Boom. Anyway, say hello to the old fort. This is not the location of the old fort. The old fort was back over right near that water filtration plant. This stuff was moved here. We have lots of awesome stuff here. The cannon actually fires off right there. It's actually pretty cool. And so from behind me, you see another one of our rivers. This is the amphitheater, Headwaters Park Amphitheater. I'm not gonna say that word right. Amphitheater, there we go. And then of course behind me, I'm filming, and then downtown Fort Wayne. Hey look, the rain stopped a little bit. Thanks, Fort Wayne. Almost fell. You know, a lot of people say that this place is just kind of ugly and dirty. Yeah, just like every city. There's problems with that, but a lot of people are trying to make it better. A lot of people are trying to make it and turn it into something that it used to be. But why do you guys want to know this? I don't know. I just hope you guys enjoy this vlog. And if you don't, tell me in the comments below. What I want to talk about today in my vlog is about how I can't Google whatever I want. And that kind of makes me upset. Let me give you an example. Today I had a question. I wonder if pipe bombs are actually made with pipes. Not like smoking pipes, but like PVC pipes, right? This is the question that I had. Can I Google that? Most likely not, especially in the current climate, right? So the reason why I'm sitting there thinking about this stuff is like, okay, we have all this stuff going on where bombs are going off, people are being threatened with weapons and all this other stuff, and I'm sitting here going, how easy is it to attain all of this stuff to make a bomb? Is it like hairspray and a mint and an Altoid? I hope not, because we should never sell hairspray and Altoids together, or at all. But my point is like we have this idea of, hey, I want to know what this is about. But if it has to do with something where I'm just purely curious, I can't actually think about that, you know? So like, for example, like I just gave you an example, but I want to know, like, if I find a pipe bomb, how do I defuse it? Well, from what I understand, pipe bombs, I didn't Google that, but I assume pipe bombs are all made differently by different people, by different designers. So you can't really defuse one in one simple way. And then I'm sitting here going, well, how does a SWAT team defuse bombs when they come and see them? Do they have training on which wires are which? What's the basic makeup of a bomb? I can't do that. I can't Google that. And my morbid curiosity gets the best of me. Maybe this is just the generation that I'm from, where I grew up with the internet, right? We didn't have it like readily available all the time, but my dad had worked remotely in sales and has traveled a lot in sales. So we actually had the internet really, really early on. I remember America Online. I remember having my own username and everything. I thought it was so cool. My friends were like, this sucks. You can like do two things. What's the point of the internet, right? Now look at it. I'm trying to make a living off of it. So my point is, I grew up with all of this stuff, with all this information at my fingertips, with Google. And I can't just Google whatever I want to get that information, because I'm sure I'm being tracked. What do you guys think? You guys think I'm being tracked? Nope. Why can't I just be curious and ask the questions that I want to? That's all I'm saying. I promise I'm not going to build a bomb. I promise I'm not going to do anything like that. Thank you everyone for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for supporting this channel. And most of all, thank you for supporting me with your kind words and all the stuff that everybody has reached out to me and said. I greatly appreciate it. If you want to support us a little bit more, I appreciate it. Subscribe for me, would you? Thumbs up for me, would you? I'd appreciate it. If you want to do a little bit more for me, share it out and tell your friends. Ooh, train. If you want to do just a little bit more for us, up here in the corner should be your right. Okay? There is a, I probably pointed the wrong side. Anyway, not important. To your right, there's a little eye, and you can actually support us. That would be awesome. That would be great. You don't have to, but I appreciate it. Even just giving $1 would be great. Even just giving me 20 cents would be great. Anything, including a comment or anything like that, just telling me that you enjoy it or what you guys want to see, you can actually do that. Also, if you want me to address something on this vlog, talk about something specifically, you can hit me up. Email me, Seth, S-E-T-H, at project-forge.com. Or you can also go to projectforge.com and click on contact us and contact us that way. And I'll get your question. So, that being said, thank you for watching. I'm gonna go downtown and eat a coney dog. Yeah. Because conies are great here.